Tonight's seaplane survival story. The pilot involved in the Stratty crash speaks with 7 News.
Flights grounded as Auckland Airport goes underwater. Torrential rain destroys homes in New Zealand's largest city.
America on edge. Protests on the streets in reaction to a deadly police beating.
The most expensive suburbs to see a GP revealed as the Medicare bulk billing crisis deepens.
The price of a schooner about to go up. The new tax hike that has beer drinkers frothing mad.
And a special farewell for a Queensland sporting great, our own Paddy Welsh, retiring after 47 years with 7. His final read is tonight.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Sharon Gadella and Max Futcher.
Good evening. Onlookers feared the worst when his seaplane crashed into the water off Stradbroke Island.
Tonight, a pilot breaks his silence, revealing how he and his passenger managed to survive.
And we're farewelling our very own sporting great tonight, Pat Welsh's final read. It's coming up soon.
Next Thursday night at the Creek, there's every chance you'll see one of us down there.
So we have started off on a frivolous note.
Very frivolous. I think it would have been a tragedy if you'd called it quits last year. You've obviously got plenty of good years left, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you're obviously not a very good judge, Paddy.
Welcome back. Time now to talk rugby league here on Sports Scene.
Pat Welsh there, hosting Sports Scene in the late 90s. It is an important night here at 7 as we farewell him after 47 years. The cost of a pie, and later a tribute to our very own Pat Welsh. But as we head to the break, a message from a Queensland sporting icon.
Hey Paddy, congratulations mate. What a hell of a career. I think we've both had about the same time together over all those years that I've known you, going back into the 70s when you first started with that fantastic Sports Scene show on Sunday, where, you know, we had a couple of things behind the counter there, which was always a bit of fun. And then that sort of grew from a lot of different things. I think you've covered just about every sport known to mankind and done a magnificent job of it. It's great to have you, mate, as a special person in certainly my career, and you're just a great bloke, and I wish you all the best for whatever you get up to, but I know there'll be a lot of golf and stuff like that in it, and maybe one day I might be able to get into one of these cars and take you for another ride. Cheers, buddy.
Well, Pat is here now with sport, sadly, for the last time, Pat.
I'm a little nervous, Sharon, so don't go too far. I may need your help. Hello, everyone. Coming up, despair for the Kookaburras, the Rugby Sevens. Man on a mission, the Joker ignores the white noise to advance at Melbourne Park. And one step closer, the Heat's Test stars shine at finals time.
This Sport Report brought to you by the Australian Government and Cancer Council.
Paddy Welsh, my friend, long time no see. I just want to wish you the very best in your retirement. I got to say, buddy, we've gone back many, many decades. What you've done in the world of sport, what you've done in delivering the message to millions of people, not only just in golf, but across the platform, has been incredible. You and I have experienced a lot. You've seen a lot of good shots of mine on the golf course. You've seen some shitty ones too. So at the end of the day, you've got stories to tell for a lifetime. But from me, my friend, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your commitment to sport. Thank you for your commitment to Australia and delivering the messages you have done from overseas. To you, your family, friends, and everybody, mate, I wish I could be there with you. Unfortunately, I can't. But I'm there with you in spirit, as a friend, and I look forward to catching up with you sometime in the very near future. Congratulations, Paddy. Wish I was there, buddy. Here's to you. Cheers, mate.
What a very special tribute, Pat, with plenty more to come soon. But please now enjoy your final read.
Thank you. Now you are tugging at the heartstrings. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks to everyone who's helped organise this. The Heat will keep their Test stars for tomorrow night's BBL knockout against Melbourne Renegades. Khawaja, Labuschagne and Renshaw will stick with Brisbane until Tuesday's departure for the subcontinent. Overnight, the trio wreaked havoc on the Thunder, as did Mother Nature. Australia now faces the Netherlands in the third place playoff. That's it. That's all I have in sport for you tonight.
Beautifully read, as always. Thank you very much for that, Pat. But don't go anywhere, because after the break, of course, it is a very, very important day for you tonight. It is Pat's last day with us here at 7 after 47 years.
Coming up, we have the weather for you and a tribute to our very own sporting legend.
Now, Paddy, I've got to say to you, Paddy, farewell, mate. You've been an absolute legend for everybody as well. And, of course, you're a class act. Now it's time for something very special, pal.
Certainly is, Bertie. Paddy, are you ready for this?
I don't know. I've got all the staff in the studio tonight. You can't see them yet, but and I do work with a lot of very talented people. I don't know what to expect.
I'm sure it will be good, because I must say it has been an honour to have worked with you. You are a consummate professional, you're an incredible wordsmith, and above all, you are a true gentleman. You've been welcomed into living rooms in Australia and Queensland for 47 years. 47 years with the same network on 7 News. That is no mean feat. You have definitely become a legend of Queensland sport during that time, and what an incredible journey it has been.
Thank you.
He hit our screens in 1975, age 18. Pat Welsh, now a name synonymous with sports broadcasting in Australia, not back then.
We put it to the drinkers at West Leagues Club today.
The boy from Bundy started in news, covering everything from dog rescues to car crashes and shark attacks.
Did they say anything to you as the shark took them?
Yes.
What did they say?
Said it's got me again. Goodbye, mates.
Pat interviewed politicians.
Would you agree with Mr Hawke's statement that Mr Fraser has the economy in a bloody mess?
Well, that's the way he left it.
Sitting down with pop stars like the Bay City Rollers. His subjects weren't always friendly. But sport was his calling. One of the earlier assignments...
No, I'm not talking about Birdville. You can shove that. You're not using that vision.
People come in buses, cars and mostly light aircraft to indulge in a 3-day binge of races, drinking and socialising.
And Pat was no exception.
It's now Sunday morning. The races have finished, the ball only just over, probably about 2 hours ago. And now this tiny outback hamlet returns to its normal way of life with its population of around 75, until this time next year. From Birdsville, Pat Welch for 7 National News.
Fueling a lifelong love of racing.
You're disturbing me on a Tuesday afternoon because I'm trying to back a winner and the next race is on in about 3 minutes.
Went to 20 straight Melbourne Cups and saw one horse race. Saw Black Caviar win the sprint because I was in the betting ring. And I know it'll be argued that I spent most of my life in the betting ring.
Mummify looked big value at $8. How's it on the books?
On my board, you're not going to get $8 about Mummify, I can tell you.
The 80s were the golden years of TV, of big budgets and even bigger assignments.
There was quite a bit of jealousy back in the newsroom when I used to arrive back. And the bills, well, you couldn't jump over. But we just signed for things. That doesn't happen anymore.
Travelling all over the globe.
Paddy Welsh is in Salt Lake City, and Pat, this must be a huge embarrassment for figure skating.
It's part of Durban folklore that this Kingsmead pitch changes nature as the tides change. In Boston, this is Pat Welch for 7 News.
Things didn't always go smoothly.
The sound of M16 assault rifles could be heard often. Police are working with tear gas to try and stop the crowds outside invading the ground. As a result, the game has now been stopped twice through tear gas interruptions.
Covering every round imaginable, 75 state of origins.
Many believe, both here and in Brisbane, that this will be the death knell of the Origin series.
Wallabies tours, tennis tournaments, cricket all over the world.
They needed to score quick runs.
The V8s.
I wish you the very best of luck from all the Queenslanders, Dickie.
At least we haven't got any Zackway problems, mate.
Dick Johnson down here.
My only knowledge of cars is petrol in the back, water in the front, air in the tyres, anything else called the RAC.
But it was commentating golf he earned the nickname Whispering Pat, because he'd get so close to the players, he'd have to whisper.
He came over and said a couple of words to me just after that. I said, I'll be following you for the next couple of holes, and he said, well, you'll be walking straight up the middle of the fairways.
Many sporting greats became great friends, like Greg Norman. They did a documentary in 1986.
We're both Queenslanders, and I was doing stories with him when he was a very young golfer. So he got to trust me and know me as the years went on, and you know, as his career developed into the mega star that he was, he let me just enjoy a small slice of it every now and again.
The day I feel I can't is the day I'm going to call up the phone and say, Paddy Welsh, I'm hanging up my spikes, you know. Where can we go? To Brecken Creek and have a couple of cold ones? Let's go.
Pat was lifelong mates with golfer Jack Newton, race car driver Dick Johnson, cricketer Alan Border. He turned to Pat to announce to the world he was quitting.
I'm basically telling you officially that I'm going to retire.
And quizzed Wayne Bennett for the better part of 40 years.
They were keen, and probably just a little over keen. Everybody wanted to really do everything right.
Yeah, the super coaches made my life hell over a long period of time.
Bennett turned his back on the media, not for the first time.
Often I've done interviews with Wayne where he has said fewer words than me. And I think he delights in just making young journos' lives a misery.
Plus, of course, covering 9 Olympics. He was the first to interview Kathy Freeman.
Pat Welsh is with her now, Pat.
You've had to come home to achieve your finest moment.
It's really funny, you know. Anybody who knows me knows that everything I do, I try not to, you know, stand out in the crowds.
Usain Bolt.
It's been a privilege to witness this again. Is there a tinge of sadness that it's your last individual performance on the Olympic stage?
And the man that didn't see snow until 25 covered 3 Winter Olympics.
The most exciting news for Australia is that we do have a bobsleigh team.
The fashion's evolved over 47 years, from 70s flares and big hair.
Police are loath at this stage to link the 2 robberies.
Leather jackets of the 80s. Bold prints of the 90s.
You know, so popular has the game of golf become that they're even thinking of making it an Olympic sport in the year 2000.
But the biggest change has been technology.
Siri.
Beside me here, the Microsoft computer's working overtime, believe me.
You've got to remember that I am only 2 months removed from black and white. So I only just missed black and white television. That's how old I am.
Pat has spent many years donating his time to charities.
Oh, look at that. One of the ones that I'm really particularly proud of is the Gallipoli Medical Research Foundation, attached to the Greenslopes Hospital.
Plus helping establish the Queensland Sport Awards.
I know that if I ever won a medal of any type, I'd probably wear it out every night of the week.
He also volunteered for other competitions, kindly judging Miss Surf Girl 1992.
You've also got great ambitions to follow that other great Bundaberg runner, Simon Doyle.
Set my goals for the 1996 Olympics.
Atlanta, well, I hope I'm there with you, just on the commentary side of things.
Yeah, I was the subject of some jealousy within the newsroom.
What now for the boy from Bundy, now a television great, who grew up on our screens?
You haven't got rid of me just yet. Look, life slows down, obviously, but I'm doing a radio show, Breakfast on SEN of a morning with Ian Healy, who's a great mate, and we're loving it. Going to take up golf again after a long absence, possibly a light lunch every now and again, home by 2. And I don't know, I'll have a look around, spend more time with my lovely wife. It was fantastic. 2 things, I did have hair, and that's the last time you'll ever see the Birdsville vision again. It's been emotional, it's been an emotional few weeks to be honest, and I'm thrilled that I get another farewell later tonight with many of the friends who I've made my TV trek with. So much fun. I started this job in the mid-70s as a raw young reporter with one ambition, to tell sports stories and hopefully tell them in a way you, the viewers, wanted to watch. I leave hoping in some small way that I've done that. Thank yous are always fraught on a night like this. Suffice to say, the very fact that I've been in this studio, this building, for almost half a century is testimony enough to the wonderful way the 7 Network has treated me. For a rusted-on sports fan, I've lived a charmed life. To my darling wife, Ceci, my extended family, the hundreds of work colleagues over the decades, and our brilliant 7 News viewers, thank you. I've had a ball.
Oh, Pat, Well done, Pat. You are a legend. You really are. And, oh, an incredible career. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
That's all from the team tonight. Thanks so much for joining us.
We're off now to take Pat for a very well-earned drink.
Thank you, Webby. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Benny. Maxine.
Good on you, mate.
Katrina, thank you.
You made it through.
You did that.